14 more teams earned automatic bids to the NCAA tournament on Saturday, highlighted by a number of close, entertaining games. From a bracketology standpoint, a few results stood out above the rest. Villanova and Kansas cemented their place on the one line by winning the Big East and Big 12 tournaments, respectively. North Carolina would have made things interesting had they knocked off Virginia in the ACC final, but Xavier appears to be in good shape for the 1 seed out west by virtue of UNC's loss. Only one bid thief remains, as Davidson knocked off St. Bonaventure in the Atlantic 10. Bubble teams everywhere will be pulling for Rhode Island to take care of business on Sunday. At this point, I think there are just 3 at-large bids truly up for grabs. In my eyes, there are 5 teams in the mix for those spots: USC, Arizona State, St. Mary's, Louisville, and Middle Tennessee. Oklahoma State has an interesting case as well, but like it or not, I think ARPI dangerously close to 90th is likely a deal-breaker in the eyes of the committee. I plan to spend more time reviewing these profiles on Sunday before I post my final projections. Aside from the last few spots, the toughest part of the field to seed runs from the back part of the 8 line through the 10 seeds. There simply isn't much separation between those 9 to 10 teams. In addition to reviewing that section of the bracket and the final few at-large spots, I plan to spend some time looking through the auto-bid section of the bracket, seeds 12 to 16, so there may be a few tweaks there before the final projections are released. Here's a quick reminder of how the selection committee is classifying wins this season. Quadrant 1, home versus teams ranked 1 to 30, neutral versus teams ranked 1 to 50, road versus teams ranked 1 to 75. Quadrant 2, home versus teams ranked 31 to 75, neutral versus teams ranked 51 to 100, road versus teams ranked 76 to 135. Quadrant 3, home versus teams ranked 76 to 160, neutral versus teams ranked 101 to 200, road versus teams ranked 136 to 240. Quadrant 4, home versus teams ranked 161 to 351, neutral versus teams ranked 201 to 351, road versus teams ranked 241 to 351. The bracket. The projections below are based on all games played through March 10, 2018. Following the bracket, I included a few thoughts on the last 4 in and other 4 teams I believe have the best shot to get in. South: Atlanta, East Boston, Charlotte, March 16-18, Pittsburgh, March 15-17, 1, Virginia 1, Villanova 16, Lou Brooklyn, NC Central 16, Radford, Texas Southern 8, Providence 8, Nevada 9, Kansas Street 9, Florida St. Dallas, March 15-17, San Diego, March 16-18, 5, Ohio Street 5, Clemson 12, Buffalo 12, New Mexico Street 4, Auburn 4, Texas Tech 13, Bucknell 13, Charleston, Nashville, March 16-18, Wichita, March 15-17, 6, Florida 6, Houston 11, Texas, USC 11, Arizona Street St. Mary's 3, Michigan Street 3, Michigan 14, Marshall 14, Lipscomb Detroit, March 16-18, Charlotte, March 16-18, 7, TCU 7, Texas A. Austin West, Los Angeles, Midwest, Omaha, Nashville, March 16-18, Wichita, March 15-17, 1, Xavier 1, Kansas 16, Cal Street Fullerton 16, UMBC 8, Missouri 8, Virginia Tech 9, NC State 9, Butler Boise, March 15-17, Boise, March 15-17, 5, Gonzaga 5, Kentucky 12, Murray Street 12, South Dakota Street 4, West Virginia 4, Wichita Street 13, San Diego Street 13, UNC Greensboro San Diego, March 16-18, Dallas, March 15-17, 6, Arkansas 6, Miami, FL 11, Loyola, IL 11, UCLA 3, Arizona 3, Tennessee 14, Montana 14, Wright Street Pittsburgh, March 15-17, Detroit, March 16-18, 7, Seton Hall 7, Rhode Island 10, Alabama 10, Oklahoma 2, Duke 2, Purdue 15, Georgia Street 15, Iona last 4 in, Texas. I'm ultimately not very worried about the Longhorns, who have 6 Quadrant 1 wins and no bad losses. USC, the Trojans played well in the Pac-12 final against Arizona, but DeAndre Ayton was simply too much to handle. Even after that loss, USC's RPI sits in the mid-30s, which suggests they are relatively safe, but the fact remains they have yet to beat a team in the at-large picture. Arizona State, it's been a precipitous fall for the Sun Devils, who were ranked in the top 5 in the nation after beating Xavier in Kansas. The good news is they have home wins over USC and UCLA, a road victory at Utah, and a neutral court win over Kansas State in addition to those two marquee victories. The bad news is